In 2021, General Mills quietly shrank family cereal boxes from 19.3 ounces down to 18.1, and you didn't notice. The price on the shelf stayed exactly the same. Nobody changed a single number on the tag, printed a new price sticker, or announced anything to customers at all. Kellogg's did something similar with Frosted Flakes. The family-size box shrank from 24 ounces to 21.7, which works out to a 40% jump in the actual price per ounce. Nobody voted on this. Nobody announced it. It just quietly happened, shelf by shelf. This isn't one company or one product. It's a decades-old dance, an industry-wide trick with an actual name, used on cereal, ice cream, toilet paper, almost everything you buy. Economists actually have a word for this. It's called shrinkflation. The term is a combination of words, shrink plus inflation, describing prices rising in disguise through smaller packages instead of bigger price tags. Its exact origin is a strange twist on its own. Merriam-Webster credits British economist Pippa Malmgren with coining it around 2015, tied to a Bloomberg article from September of 2014. But a different economist had already used the same word back in 2009. That earlier use meant something else entirely. An economy shrinking while inflation stayed high, not packages shrinking while prices held steady. Either way, the modern meaning is the one that stuck. And once people had a name for it, they started noticing it everywhere. Because it turns out this trick is much, much older than the word itself. Coffee is a perfect example of just how old this actually is. Bags of coffee sold as a full pound, 454 grams, were already shrinking down to 400 grams or less back in the 1980s. That's over 40 years of the exact same quiet trick, running long before anyone had bothered to give it an actual name. The thing is, once you know what to look for, the examples pile up fast. Procter & Gamble cut Charmin's 18-count mega package of toilet paper from 264 sheets per roll down to 244. Cottonelle did something similar. 340 sheets shrunk to 312. Nobody reprints a wrapper to announce fewer sheets. The roll just looks the same, sits in the same spot, costs the same. Ice cream might be the single best documented case of all. It used to reliably come in a half-gallon tub, 64 ounces. Over time, that became 48 ounces. Then, in some cases, just 46. Häagen-Dazs cut its carton from 16 ounces to 14 back in 2009. Tillamook did the same thing in 2021. 56 ounces of ice cream, down to 48. A cut of over 14%, quietly. None of these companies held a press conference to explain it. One analysis found shrinkflation had touched roughly 1 out of every 3 grocery items on a typical store shelf. Toilet paper, cereal, ice cream, candy. The list keeps growing and growing, and in almost every documented case, the packaging looks nearly identical, almost exact. Same brand, same colors, same shelf space, just quietly a lot less inside of it. So if it's this widespread, why does almost nobody notice? Why doesn't anyone do anything? The answer comes down to a specific, well-documented bias in how people shop. Researchers call it the money illusion. People are far more sensitive to price changes than they are to quantity changes. A product jumping from $4.99 to $5.99 gets noticed instantly. That exact same product quietly losing 15% of its contents while staying at $4.99 can go completely unnoticed. Which raises an obvious question. If this is so well understood, why has almost nowhere on Earth actually tried to stop it? One country finally passed a law to force companies to admit they were doing it. What happened next is the real twist in this story. That country was France, and the law had real teeth. Starting in July of 2024, French retailers were legally required to post a visible label on any shrinkflation product. The label had to show the old size, the new size, and the price difference. Companies that ignored the rule could be fined up to 3,000 euros per violation. 15,000 euros for a corporation. One retailer, Carrefour, had already been publicly criticized for shrinkflation before the law even passed. Carrefour claimed it didn't need the stickers at all, insisting it was already catching shrinkflation early and correcting prices with suppliers directly. So, did the law actually work once it took effect? A consumer group checked 423 supermarkets and hypermarkets within the first 10 days after the law took effect. 95% of those stores displayed absolutely no shrinkflation label at all. Only 3 major retail groups in the entire country appeared to actually comply: Cooperative U, E. Leclerc, and, notably, Carrefour itself. A law with real fines attached. Almost total non-compliance, almost immediately. The first serious legal attempt anywhere in the world to force this trick into the open. And in its first 10 days, it mostly just did not happen. Shoppers assume package sizes stay constant unless something looks different, and most people never check the unit price, the actual cost per ounce or per sheet, printed in small type on the shelf tag. That's how they continue to get you, so companies can protect their profit margins without ever touching the price tag. Crazy. Rising ingredient costs, packaging costs, and labor costs all get absorbed the same quiet way. One slightly smaller box at a time you never notice. And it's not illegal. In most of the world, it isn't even regulated. So the quiet trick keeps running almost everywhere, completely legally, mostly unlabeled. So here's the real question to carry into your next grocery run. Was that box always this size? Or did you just stop checking a long time ago? Check the unit price next time. You genuinely cannot unsee it once you do. Every quietly shrinking package is making the same bet about you, that you'll clock the price and never think to check what's actually inside it. If a hidden industry trick like this is the kind of thing you want more of, you know where to find us.